Hi, my name is Tyvis Powell, former Ohio State Buckeye and national champion DB. Welcome to the Buckeye Cast. These guys was born and bred in the Buckeye State, and they like to talk Buckeye football and drink bourbon. Subscribe to the show. Now pour up a drink and pull up a stool. Here's your host, Joe Warwick. Get him, Joe.
All right, Tyvis, we are back once again. Coming to you from south of the border. Make a run for the border if you have to. Anyway, we are getting you ready for this Penn State game this week. No game past week, so nothing to recap. So we're going to do some quick discussion to get the ice broken. How do you break ice? It's kind of hard to do. The Titanic couldn't even do it. Anyway, we're going to talk about some of the games that we saw last week. And too soon for Titanic jokes, apparently. Anyway, let's talk about, and we will do good, bad, and ugly. It's probably going to be more nationally focused. But let's go around the horn. What do you guys got? Biggest upset? LSU? Near upset by the Cox?
No. LSU and A&M. Bama
Oklahoma?
played South Carolina.
Yeah, Bama should have lost that game. I mean, I thought
Texas?
Bama was going down.
Texas in overtime?
None of those were upsets, in my opinion.
Okay.
Almost big upsets. South Carolina had that game, like Sean said. South Carolina was in control of that game over Bama for most of it.
Yeah.
And they scored they scored 12 or 14 points in 2.5 minutes or some shit.
And with the 2-point conversion or whatever, yeah.
Yeah. That's my thing with both the Texas game and the Alabama games. I feel like they were gifted those wins.
Yeah. I didn't watch the Texas one. I just read about that one, but there's no way South Carolina should have lost that game.
Mm-mm. No.
And Vandy about gave theirs away. Vandy about pissed down their leg, but then hung on to win that one.
And in Missouri, I think Missouri is probably about equal to Vandy as far as
I agree.
talent-wise.
I was going to get to something I just wrote down looking before this. There's like a cluster of 2 lost teams that consists of between 18 and 21. That's Oklahoma, Missouri, Texas, and Michigan. I like Missouri over all those teams.
Well, they lost their quarterback for the season, though.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like them as much anymore.
Yeah, the guy that left Penn State, was it Prebula? Prebula, yeah. He broke his ankle or knee injury, but no, he had the same injury that Drew Aller. Because somebody was running the comparisons. Him and Drew Aller got the same injury, season-ending.
But I didn't think much of Oklahoma. Just because they beat Michigan early in the year and everyone was on that Heisman bandwagon for that dude. I watched most of that game at Oklahoma Ole Miss, and he don't look that good to me.
No, in Oklahoma, they could lose their last 5. Their schedule, they have left Bama, LSU, everybody's ranked. They've all ranked opponents. Tennessee.
Well, is LSU a problem?
Well, I guess probably not a problem at this point, but LSU, they have. I tell you what, LSU's freshman tailback, holy shit, Harlem Berry, I believe. Mm-hmm. That kid looks like the best running back, one of the best I've seen this year.
I'll bet LSU has more talent in the locker room than Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, I think they do too.
Interesting.
I think we might be talking about their head coach here in a little while, but I think it's a poor. I think
what happened with the head coach? I don't understand.
He got paid $54 million to go away.
Yeah, hate that. Hate that for BK.
Couldn't happen to a cooler guy. I can't stand it.
Oh
dude.
yeah, I got some. We're gonna do some BK highlights here tonight on the show. So strap it in, folks. You'll enjoy it.
You guys have always been. it's never been on my radar as much. I feel like, especially you, Joe, you've always hated this guy. He brings out something in you, and you always have hated Kelly.
Because you can see through him. He's like a used car salesman. He's full of shit. He's never done anything. I mean, he made it to the playoffs. He gets smoked every time when he was with Notre Dame. I mean, what's this guy ever done that matters?
I don't like watching his interactions with his assistant coaches and stuff.
Yeah, well,
he's.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
I don't
really
know how they
focus.
would go.
The cameras really go in on him during the games.
I would probably punch this dude on the sideline. I mean, the way he talks to people, like the way he treats people. I got no use for this dude. I don't think he's a good. I guess he's a decent coach, I guess, because he's not. I mean, he's not just a horrible coach. I mean, but I don't like how he runs. I don't like how he runs programs. I don't like. We'll get to it later when we dive in on him. I guess I got a couple other things on him.
Yeah. Well, Josh Pate last night went in on him pretty hard as Josh Pate will, being an SEC honk that he is. But he's a national, podcaster about college football. He's all over. He's on like every channel now. He's expanded out. But I respect a lot of what he has to say, especially about the Brian Kelly situation. He said that I should have queued it up. Actually, that's my bad. He said that Brian Kelly has been checked out on many decisions in his football program, not just staff hirings, but recruits as well.
What do you mean? What do you mean checked out?
Like he's on a beach in Florida. He's not aware of a lot of situations. Like he's letting his staff handle a lot of shit that I guarantee you Ryan Day wouldn't be oblivious to. I'll see if I can pull that up while we're talking and play it for you guys. It's only like a minute and a half clip, but
I catch it. I catch Pate's podcast sometimes, but I didn't catch it this week. But I do catch it some Sundays after the Saturday's games.
Yeah, he tries to do a nationally focused
from Nashville, Tennessee.
Right, but he grew up in Columbus, Georgia, so
yeah.
I understand where the one-sidedness comes from. Let me see. Go ahead if you got something else on Brian Kelly.
Oh, the main thing back when he was at Notre Dame. Remember when the videographer died?
Yeah,
he had him up in a
Killed
fucking scissor lift. Yeah, you had him up in a scissor lift when it was like
high winds,
dangerous high winds. Like, I guarantee that he's like I don't give a shit if it's a goddamn tornado. Get him up there. I need he covered it up and
right.
all his wins from the 2012 season when they went to the title game and 2013 all got taken away because of academics scandal.
That's true.
All the cheating
I
they're doing.
about that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
So
what was the detail on that? Do you remember? Was it just no-show classes or something?
No, I don't remember the exact.
People taking courses for.
I think it was. Yeah, I remember there was people taking exams.
Big deal. He was a pioneer.
Well, yeah, UNC had been doing it for years, so it's not like he was, breaking new ground. But yeah, I got it here now.
I got nothing. I have no redeeming quality. I don't think there's anything. Nobody's ever said anything good about him.
No, that's the thing. Like that's my point.
So how does he keep hanging? How does he keep hanging these types of jobs? Notre Dame, LSU. I mean,
well, he wins.
Probably a good salesman. Yeah, he wins 10 games a year. That's all I got.
It is. It is rich that he said when he went to LSU, he wanted to go to a program where he would have an opportunity or have a chance at winning a national title, and Notre Dame's been to the title game since he's left, and he has not done. I hasn't even gotten to the playoffs since he's been in LSU.
Okay, here's Josh Pate. How long is this? We're not going to do a 9-minute segment.
Yeah, let's not.
So let's start the beginning. Here we go.
React to this live. Brian Kelly is done. He is out as the head coach at LSU. You can check out Pete Nakos. I'm sure he'll do a great job over at On3 laying out all the details and how the buyout's structured and all that stuff. I don't care. It's not my money. I don't have to pay it. Brian Kelly never understood the assignment at LSU.
I can't hear it at all.
He never understood what the L stood for.
Me either.
And it turns out the L's ended up just standing for losses. But the L on that chest right there stands for Louisiana. Brian Kelly had no interest in Louisiana.
How about now?
He had interest in two letters. One of them's B, the other one's K. And L didn't really have much place in it, to the point where he got there and almost as part of this preconceived agenda flushed a lot of Louisiana people out of the building at Louisiana State University, including many who could have been very useful to him. One of them equipped players to whip his tail last night in his own building. That's Tommy Moffitt. He's the least of whomst, not the most of whomst or in total. But, you know, it's funny that it doesn't have anything to do with him being an outsider. Okay, Brian Kelly was an outsider. Sure, he's not from the South. Sure, he's not from Louisiana. Neither was Saban. Saban's the best they've ever had there. Well, where'd he come from? Came from West Virginia by way of Michigan State, but I'll tell you what he did.
Toledo.
He looked at the LSU job and was attracted to it because of Louisiana. Brian Kelly was attracted to it because he thought he could make a lot of money and just kind of go spend some more money and get better athletes down there and win a title doing it the way he's always done it. And never did it factor into his decision making, maybe I should harness what makes Louisiana great. And so it was really obvious, like as time went on, you noticed my tune changed on Brian Kelly. Really changed. Anyone who's watched the show for a while knows when LSU hired him, I thought he'd do really good things there. My tune pretty radically changed on him a couple of years ago, and I stopped praising him. We didn't have him on the show anymore. That was a conscious effort. Now, Brian Kelly never did anything to me behind the scenes. He was always really good to us, so there was nothing personal. There was no vendetta. It's personal to me because I love LSU. Because LSU, I've told the story many times, in 2019 was kind of responsible for this show blowing up. So I've always had a very, very special corner of my heart that's reserved for LSU. And I saw a guy that didn't properly respect the job he had and didn't fully appreciate the job he had. He appreciated making the money. He appreciated the idea of having LSU on his chest because it meant, hey, I'm a major SEC head coach that's making 8 figures per year. I like that idea. I like
who doesn't
standing on top of what other people have built to try and grab a brass ring that I couldn't grab at Notre Dame. I like that idea. But I'm not so in love with the idea of making myself one of them. He didn't ever want to be one of them, one of you, one of us, whatever you want to call it. So I cooled on him a couple of years ago because I kind of found out what the inner workings were about down there. He was checked out. He was totally checked out. Now, I don't mean that in the kind of way that a teacher is checked out the last 2 weeks of spring semester when she knows she's about to retire. Not that kind of checked out. A college football coach checked out, still working a ton of hours. So I don't mean it like that. But in the most critical parts of roster construction season there, portal, recruiting, this dude was on a beach. And it never really got talked about publicly. And I never talked about it publicly. But hey, man, he's gone now. So I'll talk to you about it now. I lost all professional respect for how he was going about his business there when I found out how checked out he was on some of the most critical parts of LSU football. And here's the thing, it's not a personal thing with him. I'm fine with Brian Kelly.
I get it. You
personally.
said that 50 times.
But professionally, dude, there are not many jobs like the head coach at LSU. Some would argue it's the best job in.
Okay, that's enough. So anyway, you get the gist. He goes into more detail about the big decisions and recruiting and stuff and things that Brian Kelly just was not involved in or interested in, you know. So I'm not a bit surprised that this came to a firing. It was weird that this conversation with Brian Kelly and the AD took place at the governor's mansion with the governor. That's odd. I don't think that would happen in Ohio.
Most of these schools, it is the highest paid state employee.
Yeah, but governors aren't getting involved in university politics and hirings and firings.
In Louisiana?
Exactly. That's my point. In Louisiana, it's different. It's very different, I know. That's why I'm not surprised. But anyway, let's see. Let's do some
maybe
Brian
maybe
Kelly.
you have to now though. If this is a state university and firing him must have to cost them money, maybe you have to clear it with, hey, this is state funded college, and we're on the hook for some of this, so you're gonna go spending our money. You need to clear it.
And maybe the governor's on the fucking Board of Regents at LSU. It's very possible, right?
Oh yeah, sure.
So, anyway, let's do some Brian Kelly greatest hits here in his short time in Baton Rouge. We got to start with this one. This one's a beaut.
And we're sitting here again. We're sitting here again talking about the same things.
His offense.
Not finishing when you have an opponent in a position
I just love him slamming the table
to put him away. But
trying to be a
what
tough
we're
guy.
doing on the sideline is feeling like the game's over.
Yeah. Anyway, classic Brian Kelly. This one makes you uncomfortable. If it doesn't, then there's something wrong with you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. What's he doing there? Is he trying to be John Travolta?
He has no cool. He has no cool. He has not an ounce of cool in him.
Not just that, but grinding on a recruit.
Yeah.
Hell to the no.
And he's just trying. He's trying to be
Make it
hip,
stop.
and he's like,
Make it stop.
yeah.
All right, this one we need audio for, so I hope you guys can hear it. It's the best.
Well, yes, this is the best one. It's the best.
That's genuine.
Way to get started, and I haven't even won all my games yet.
I haven't even won all my games yet.
It's a great night to be a Tiger. I'm here with my family.
Mi familia.
And we are so excited to be in the great state of Louisiana, but more importantly, to be with you great fans and to be part of what is going to be an incredible ride here at Louisiana State University.
University. Putting the accent where it doesn't belong. Like a
And it's not even like
Southerner.
And that's not Louisiana. Like that accent's not. He's not anywhere close to the accent.
Sounds like
of
you're from
Baton Rouge.
Savannah.
Yeah, it's completely different. I got one thing about back. Oh, sorry, Joe. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
No, remember back when he left Cincinnati, he didn't even tell his players
Oh yeah.
because the players
Classic.
the players talked mad shit about because they had like 1 or 2 games left in a year, something like that, I think, and like the player, like some of the captains like blasted him in interviews prior to the game because they said, "Oh, coach didn't even tell us he's leaving. He just left."
I don't know about that podcaster though. Saying that whatever, you're not from the South. I feel like that Jonathan Smith gets that wrap up here because he's from the West Coast.
Yeah, we should get into that. But go ahead.
Well, I just think with under NIL anymore, none of that shit matters. Now it might matter more for a Michigan State team because they've got to know the regional coaches because they're getting more regional talent than national talent. But if you're a blue blood, gives a shit. If you're the best coach, you come. I don't care if you're a West Coast guy, East Coast guy. I mean, Ryan Day, where's he from? Northeast.
New Hampshire. But I think Ryan Day is a different situation. Exactly. So if you want to jump into
But
Michigan
Urban
State
Meyer
talk, we
wasn't
can
from
get
Florida, and he did just fine down there. Like I said, Saban, and I mean, if you're the
But
best coach, you're the best coach.
You need to get guys on your staff that know the region, though. You don't, as a head coach, have to know the region. You need guys like look at when Herb came to Ohio State. He kept Luke Fickell. He had Tim Hinton. These guys are stalwarts of Ohio high school football, and so many more. Brian Hartline, so
and he wanted to go national too. So he had Tom Herman, who's from Texas. You knew Texas,
Right.
so because he was recruiting nationally, he needed people from other regions.
Yeah, and when he was at Florida, he had Billy Gonzalez, Charlie Strong, who's the O-line guy.
I just think it's with NIL now. That's less and less important.
No, I disagree. I think you need to recruit regionally still. You're building the foundation of your classes by high school recruiting. and that's regional.
You want to keep you want to keep the good talent, the local talent, local. You want to be able to keep all that. You got to have people that are familiar with the local high schools to keep those relationships. I mean,
you're going to get your national recruits if you're a quality program like Ohio State or whoever, but that's where NIL comes into play. Getting those national kids, not the regional.
Yeah, I see your point, Sean. But I think most importantly, when you're recruiting on a national basis, like an LSU, like a Florida, Ohio State, or whoever, you need donors.
LSU's not going to go replace them with some country bumpkin from Louisiana. They're going to go out there and they're going to write a big fat check to
Lane Kiffin.
To somebody.
I think Lane Kiffin's going to have his pick of does he want LSU? Does he want Penn
let's
State?
power rank the three main jobs, the three big jobs that are open right now. Penn State, Florida, LSU.
LSU 1, Florida 2, Penn State 3.
I think Penn State 1. I think Penn State 1.
No.
Sean, really?
Yeah.
I disagree.
I'll listen to your basis of why that's a bigger job than LSU.
I think it's going to pay as good or better. It's going to be in the top 3 in recruiting, and you're going to have you've really only got 2 teams to contend with.
Okay.
Let's look at the
on a year in year out basis. Ohio State, Oregon.
In the conference, you're talking about in the conference, right?
Yeah.
But if Penn State is paying so well, shouldn't they be a national program?
I mean,
their competition should be national, not just conference. Like, let's look at the blue chip ratio here. Penn State, 68% 4 and 5 stars. That is 2, 4, 6, 8.
I'm telling you, it's an easier gig at Penn State than it is at LSU.
Oh well, easier, sure. I guess that you qualify.
That's not the question.
The
question is best job.
Well, there's a lot of different ways you can look at that being the best job. So, yeah, I mean, I think because of the proximity to talent, I think LSU is because the South has way more talent in Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, Alabama to Florida, and Georgia than Penn State would have dealing with the DMV area, in Pennsylvania, which is where they have a stronghold there. But that's really it.
I heard Urban Meyer was seen strolling around in PA. You think he's there as a consultant, or are they trying to back the truck up?
Good luck. He's not going there.
What's he doing in the middle of Pennsylvania?
I don't know how the fuck you recruit anybody to Happy Valley. It's in the middle.
But they do.
They're 5% less on the blue chip ratio than LSU. They're at 68%. 4 and 5 star recruits. LSU 73. Ohio State and Bama lead the way with 89% each. That's a huge jump.
But LSU to Penn State ain't a huge jump.
No, but I mean we can clearly say that's Brian Kelly, his lack of being able to pull local kids from the South. There's more talent in the state of Louisiana than there is in Pennsylvania. That's proven.
And with all that SEC money going on down around there, I mean, Texas A&M money ain't going away. Texas money ain't going away.
A&M's
Bama,
fourth.
Georgia, what's that?
82%. A&M is fourth, 82% blue chip.
Yeah,
ratio.
blue chips. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oregon,
and so
I
I feel like it's easier to get the 7th-ranked quarterback out of Ohio, which is who we're going to be facing this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I see your argument, Sean. I mean, it's an opinion. I mean, I think the LSU job is a better job. You think Penn State job is that? I mean,
I think most kids want to go to the South, just generally speaking.
I thought you said a job. I didn't know.
Well, you're talking recruiting now. You keep changing, lifting up the cup and seeing if the ping pong ball is under there.
I don't know if all the kids want to go to the South. I mean, shit. Why does Buckeye get
let's look at
Florida?
Let's look at the blue chip ratio. I'll pull this card once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 SEC teams in the top 10.
Oh, that doesn't make any case for your argument.
Seems important.
So I don't know.
There's two Big Ten teams.
No, they're not getting kids from the north to go down there.
Horseshit. Have you seen what Clemson has done in Ohio? And that's just Clemson.
Yeah.
Look at Bama, what they've done in Ohio, man. Yeah, the kids are going south.
They pull one once in a while that we get pissed off about.
All right.
They don't fucking
Caden Proctor
dominate up
from
here.
Iowa.
SEC don't fucking dominate up here. Recruiting. They just don't.
Okay.
You got a lot. I think you got a lot easier time. But again, I don't know if that matters anymore with the NIL. And this money's going to keep growing and growing and growing.
All right.
And there's going to be haves and have-nots. Penn State, I feel, is always going to be a have. I feel like, I don't know, will LSU always be a have? I don't know.
Let's see.
I think so. I don't want to. We don't need to argue about. Sean's got a different opinion than me and you, Joe. You're entitled to that, Sean. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you about it.
Well, you can. That's what we're doing.
I don't. We got better shit to talk about, I think.
Yeah. All right. I'll argue about next thing. Let's go.
All right. Well, this is one thing you can't argue about. We want to give thoughts and prayers out and rest in peace to All-American Buckeye Nick Mangold.
Man.
Died on Sunday.
Jesus.
Way too early at 41 years old. So, yeah, to the family and friends and everybody, a lot of reaction on social media to that.
Great Buckeye, great dude.
Yeah, they all had the same message. Great player, but even better person.
Yep.
So, yeah, very unfortunate. But yeah, all right.
Yeah,
let's
I won't
go.
argue with you on that.
Oh, great. That's the one. Let's go GBUs. Let's talk GBUs from a national point of view. Good, bad, ugly. Who wants to go first? Looking at this last week's slate of games, was there anything good? Let's start with Jeff.
I say South Carolina's lost.
That's a good loss.
And SEC talk, that's a good loss.
You know what they're saying on Twitter this weekend? The preseason ranked number 13 in the country, South Carolina. They're reverting back to their preseason ranking.
That's awesome.
Yeah, to justify that tough, gritty Bama win.
Yeah.
Against a 3-5, well, it would have been 3-14, 1-4 in the SEC, now 1-5. So that's your good? The cocks? Yeah. Nothing wrong with some good cock. Sean, what do you got for good? Hey.
I guess I'll go. I'm going to pick a SEC quarterback here. I'm going to go with that Chambliss from Ole Miss.
Okay.
Young kid, and he looks the part. He's pretty good. I mean, I don't think old Lane and company and that comment Lane made after the game, what a dickhead. I mean, what are you, John? You're John with fucking I mean, what a clown.
That's John was a 5-star, big-time recruit, David Stone. Buckeyes ran on him. But yeah, Buckeyes ran on him to the end. He's a freshman. But that's Lane.
He can't help himself.
He'll look great in orange and blue. He will.
I think he would.
I think he ends up
if you have your choice of jobs, wouldn't you take LSU first over Florida? I would.
I would. Yes, I would. What makes you think he's going to jump? Because Ole Miss won't pay that kind of money.
If he does not jump, it's because he got paid from Ole Miss, and his staff, probably some facility upgrades, all the things, right?
Well, I mean, that's what it's going to take to lure him away. So, yeah, I mean, he's going to be, but good. I mean, Lane, what are you doing? Testing out every team in the SEC?
Well, yeah. He's a wanted man.
I mean, from Bama to Tennessee,
if nothing else,
USC to Ole Miss.
The Raiders are kind of an SEC team, right?
the Raiders can compete in the SEC.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. So you got Trinidad and Tobago, Chambliss as your good. I'm gonna go. This is tough because I'm basically choosing between SEC games that I watched. Texas A&M defense. Anybody on board with that? Is that decent?
Yeah. Yes. I watched that. I watched every play of that game. Texas A&M is a threat.
That quarterback's pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they held LSU to 278 total, 218, 60 yards rushing on the ground. Jesus Christ.
Well, that quarterback that's supposed to be so good for LSU, you know, sometimes he sucks.
Yeah. Yep. Hype. All hype.
Well,
there's so many guys that are all hype that suck.
Right.
Manning,
but I will say
him.
A&M's quarterback threw 2 picks.
He did. And I mean, because LSU has players. I mean, LSU has a safety that's badass. That made a great play on one of those picks. Yeah, I mean, I just his ability to take off when he needs to take off. He can, he can throw from. He's got a strong enough arm. He can throw from all angles.
He's a dual threat, legit.
Yeah,
but
they got 2 receivers that are good. That are legit. Can beat man-to-man coverage. They got a crowd of running backs. They're deep. It's probably 3 or 4 deep in running back.
Yeah.
I don't know about their. It's hard to say because LSU's got the Harold Perkins and they got players that
not anymore.
Well, they shut it down. Yes, but
sounds like Perkins is gonna sit it out. For who? For what?
Yeah, I think A&M showed that I think that they are just beating in Death Valley on Saturday night, which is similar to playing at Penn State in whiteout, as far as electric
sure.
home field advantages. I was impressive. I was impressed with that with A&M because I hadn't seen the full game of A&M yet this year.
Okay,
but they're impressive.
Let's keep it moving with our good, bad, and uglies. So I'm going A&M's D. I may have to circle back and pile on that game again. But anyway, back around to Jeff for your bad. What'd you see that was so effing bad?
You already nailed it. I was going to say LSU's offense.
Okay, that's fine.
Their tailback, that freshman tailback though is legit. I was super impressed with him, but they don't have it on the offensive line. A&M controlled them in the trenches, which is LSU's was always thought to be as one of those teams that their O-line, D-line are always going to be strong, which is what always made them real competitive. But A&M has passed them as far as SEC prowess.
Okay. All right, Sean, what do you got for bad?
I'm going to go out and say Bryce Underwood, another overhyped quarterback. I think he went 8 for something with 80 yards passing in that win against Michigan State. Michigan State, by the way, has one of the worst, pass Ds in the country. I mean, those dudes, nobody knows any of those dudes. And he's just underwhelmed all year. So I'd say he's bad. And, they got to win and they're running crazy, but Bryce Underwood might not be it, for all that. He kind of reminds me of Terrell Pryor.
Yeah. Strong arm, no control.
Great athlete.
Can take off with the ball.
He
it's his only
leaves
threat.
the pocket early. The O-line's not that great, but even when it does hold up, he leaves it early. He throws off his back foot a lot, and
because he's always had the strong arm.
But what's keeping them there? They can run the fucking ball. Michigan can still run the ball.
Yeah.
which is what keep
even without the left tackle, that I thought that would be an issue, but the new dude came in. And,
yeah,
looked all right.
Nobody that played has been able to get up on them big, because then you're going to see those inefficiencies you're talking about from underpants will really show. Will really show out if he's got to.
Right.
If they got to go back to two scores down or something in the second half, we haven't seen it yet. Somebody's going to have to get them in that situation, because I want to see how
they don't look built for that.
No, they don't, and that's nobody's been able to do it though. Their defense is good enough to keep
and
them.
Those Tony Alford, go figure. He's got those running backs. Both of them, that Haynes and that Marshall, they're both good. Or are they that good, or just they're running hard? They look freaking good.
Justice Haynes, he was good with Bama last year. I thought Bama was the best running back last year.
Did you guys see that Haynes might have a broken foot? You seen him?
Oh.
I saw a James Yoder video just a little while ago on Twitter about with a picture of Haynes in a boot. So I don't know how legit that is, but
that could be.
They say he's expected to be back for the Ohio
I didn't know.
State
I didn't hear anything about it. Of course.
And it'll be 100%.
I didn't see. I had the quad box going on the TV screen. I had
sweet.
A Michigan fan sitting next to me. So that game, I did not see anything about him getting injured or getting dinged in the game. I didn't notice anything.
No, the injury actually supposedly happened weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
He ran pretty hard
playing on a broken foot.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. He ran pretty fucking hard
this past week, but I know he ran for what, $150, something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
he's going over 100 yards.
I don't know how legit that is, but Yoder is usually on his shit. But he also is a prankster, so we'll see. He likes to tweak his own audience because he's a Michigan guy. But for my bad, I'm going Texas defense. What the fuck are you guys even doing? 445 yards you gave up to Mississippi State, a 4-4 team, 0-4 in SEC play.
Yeah, the bottom of the SEC.
445, 382 through the air. This Texas defense coming into the season was their strong suit, right? Plus Arch Manning, of course. It's clearly the Heisman favorite. But 382 through the air, Texas defense. They don't have guys injured, right? I haven't heard of any Texas defenders missing.
You don't hear about Texas anymore other than Manning, though, since they've pretty much
he had a great
off.
game. He had a great game in a loss, or a near loss.
Until he got knocked out.
Oh, yeah, they did have to bring in the backup. But anyway, bad is the Texas defense. We got to get rolling here. We got to do this whole Penn State preview. Let's go ugly. Back around to Jeff.
Brian Kelly's blow-up on the special teams coach for LSU. Ugly. Just because the punter.
You should have told me you're gonna talk about that. I would have got the clip.
Yeah. I mean, this dude, I don't know.
That's why nobody likes him.
Yeah, that's just. Oh, dude, it was horrible. He's like, he's right
in the special. He goes,
that just
cost you your job.
What the fuck are you doing?
He said that just cost you your job to the special teams coach. Then he's on the headset with the OC. He's like, you can't throw that fucking ball with no timeouts. He's just an asshole. I'm sure that this is selective camera work because they know Brian Kelly is like under the microscope and, nearly fired during the game. They're like, let's get in tight on his face and let's lip read his ass because you don't do that to like any other coaches, right? We don't see that hardly ever.
No, but he makes it because he gets so red and so angry and
the red face helps.
Oh, it was ugly. It was ugly. It was ugly for all the way around.
Yeah, he's a dick. I agree. Sean, what do you got for ugly?
Ugly. I'm going to stick with that Michigan State game. There was a point in that game where Michigan was up 10-7. I think it might have been maybe the first drive or that after halftime. And a Michigan State player timed the fucking snap perfectly, got a strip sack.
Yeah.
And
that was a game
it.
changer.
And then, it was a huge game changer. Changed the whole momentum of that game pretty much. And then Michigan went down to score on that drive.
So, well, let me explain what happened. I should have brought that clip along. So, was it a third down maybe? And they had a DB up at the line of scrimmage off the edge, coming on clearly a corner blitz, and he timed it up with the snap of the ball. The flag was thrown late, I think, for offsides. They said that the DB jumped into the neutral zone prior to the snap. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Came off the edge. He strip sacked underwear, and they recovered the ball. Did they return that?
No. I don't know if they blew it dead at that point or no.
Yeah.
When I went and looked at but it was a 19-yard loss and Michigan State's football then,
Right. Mm-hmm. And so of course the refs get together after the play and call that a offsides on the corner blitzer, and Michigan then of course marches down and punches it in for a touchdown.
As you know, they would.
Momentum shift. Yeah. So
that was bad, and I just with the whole Chauncey Billups and all this shit, I'm just really skeptical of any officiating, of any.
Yeah.
I'm hyper aware of any bullshit calls and just things that aren't pure in the game.
Who we can inject into that conversation immediately, just for a second, is that SEC ref that just got what they call him permanently suspended, I call that fired.
He was. I went, and there's actually a highlight reel of him on some calls.
He's bad.
He's super bad.
Like the Auburn game is what cost him his job just a couple weeks ago on that goal line.
Yeah. I went and watched that Clemson catch again. 4 fucking steps, man. 4 steps.
Yeah. And don't forget about the Sean Wade targeting. I mean, there's like 5 plays in that game that went against us that were key, momentum plays, just like that touchdown in the Auburn game.
It's not just the recruits that get the McDonald's bags full of money.
No, it doesn't have to be. McDonald's bags don't discriminate.
No, me grown ass man.
Yeah, ugly for me. I don't know. I'm kind of looking at this Bama game. I know Ty Simpson's good, all that.
He didn't look that great to me.
Well, he went for 250, 24-43. What's that?
Not
I
great.
Don't know. But the rushing attack is my point. My point with Bama. I'll get into the defense if you want, but we don't have time for that. 72 yards rushing. This is not the Bama team I know.
I bet they wish they had Justin Haynes.
Probably would help. Jeremy Bernard, the wide receiver, he's the second leading receiver in this game. He was the leading receiver the prior week. He's a receiver. I mean, he was the leading rusher. My bad. He was the second leading rusher in this game with 23 yards. Last week, leading rusher.
Yeah, he may be their best offensive weapon. Ryan Williams is gone ghost.
Yeah, Ryan Williams had 7 for 72, but just a lot of 10-yard routes.
Yeah, he's not taking over any games like he did last year.
Right. He's not making those freaky catches.
That Bernard kid I think he's their best go-to guy.
Yeah. Right. Okay. All right, so we got to get into this Penn State pregame, and we got a few comments. Stephen Cherry's all up in the chat, of course.
Steven.
We got a prediction from Stephen that we have to get to, obviously. So yeah, folks, please like and subscribe to the show. Pop your comments. We'll take your score predictions, as Stephen has already done. And hey, get out there on the BuckeyeCast.com. Do yourself a favor and pick up something sweet for yourself. A hoodie, long sleeve tees, quarter zips, hats, shirts, the whole 9 yards. And get something there. You got Christmas coming up here in less than 2 months. And don't forget about that shit. But anyway, everything's on sale.
Yeah, I need a hoodie. I need to get in. I need to get on there. I need to
check it out. Hoodie. Yep. All right, so I think we covered most of the national stuff. Let's get into this Penn State game. again, this national picture just looks shittier and shittier every week. It's just there are no good teams out there other than the Buckeyes. I'm not seeing it. Maybe Bama, just because of talent point of view, like they have the same talent level. If you're talking,
I wouldn't be dismissive of
equated.
Indiana and Texas A&M and Indiana. I think both of those are very good teams.
Right.
The flaws, yes. But I mean, I don't know. Indiana, I don't know if Indiana has flaws. Nobody's exposed any.
And
Indiana's
Oregon's not an easy out, and neither's Ole Miss and some of these other teams.
Yeah, I think all of those I think all the teams we just named, definitely the national title is going to one of those teams. I think. I don't see it going to any other school that we didn't just name in that conversation.
Okay. If we have time, we'll get into the national championship odds, according to Vegas. But we're focusing on this Penn State game right now.
Mm-hmm.
Buckeyes coming in 7-0, number one in the nation. Just came off a shutout a couple weeks ago at Whiskey, 34-0. Penn State, though, has dropped 4 straight since firing Franklin. Jim Knowles, his defense is complicated.
He's permanently suspended, Joe.
Ooh, that sounds good. DBs are sitting in on defensive staff meetings now to learn the defense. Guys, we're 9 weeks in.
You're a little late.
Yeah. So this is your big nooner on Fox, of course, because why would we have a good game at night in Columbus? Can't have that. But we got the momentum going. Sayin going big time at Wisconsin, almost 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. He's up over 1,800 yards passing, 19 TDs, 3 picks, 80% completion.
I was
Tops
going to say 80%
in the country. Yeah. So, and this defense leading the country in both total yards and points per game. 5.9 points per game allowed.
Generational defense. Defense.
Yeah, listen to the Tuesday Daily Blitz. I have a lot on that. So Penn State, let's talk about the spiral, the downward spiral, 9 Inch Nails style. What happened? Started 3-0. Things were looking great. They were one of the favorites to win the national championship. Them and Clemson, right? Texas. Buckeyes were like 4th, 5th, something like that.
And we had the fourth best odds, yeah.
I forget where I got my ticket logged in at, but they climbed to number 2 in the rankings. That's the highest they got. Now they're sitting at 3-4. They fired Franklin after the double overtime loss to Oregon in Happy Valley. Since then, lost to Indiana. What?
No, they didn't fire him after that.
They fired him after the UCLA loss.
Right. I'm sorry. Yeah. My bad. Since then, they lost to Indiana. They were blown out by Nebraska. A lead they dropped to Iowa. Their new coach, interim coach Terry Smith, they lost 4 games under him. Drew Aller's injured and out. Now you got Ethan Grunkmeyer, another Ohio quarterback, in place of Aller. So, like I said, the latest loss was to Iowa last week, where Iowa's quarterback ran wild all over the Penn State defense. So, you guys got a take on this? How this happened so quickly? It seemed like yesterday.
I don't. I mean, it's really hard to say because you don't know what the kids the message that the players are getting, and there's got to be some inside turmoil that that's just not coming out. It's hard to say. It's inexcusable because of the talent and even losing a quarterback. There's these are losses they shouldn't lose. Games they shouldn't lose. So it's hard to say, but there's got to be something internally that's run amok. I guess. I don't know if is it too many people counting their NIL deals because they all came back and got paid.
I think
are they not focused
on the defense? That actually made it worse. Is that possible?
I mean,
yeah, sure. They're just not. They're not. they're not.
I mean,
they're not
they
adhering to the
lost in
system.
double overtime to Oregon. They win that game, and I'm thinking it's probably a whole different vibe around there.
Yeah,
I bet they don't lose these next three, and that's where it started. And the faith gets lost in Franklin because here we go again. We have a great team. We've got the team to win it all, and you shit the bed in a big game.
And
I
Franklin.
feel like everyone gave up. I feel like James Franklin almost gave up.
Yeah, there you go, Sean. That's what I was getting at. I think Franklin's not. I think Franklin's proven that he's not. He's a good front running coach, but like he's not. He probably didn't handle the loss properly, and his main job was to get his team refocused and re-energized, and he. It's hard. None of us know what was said, or what was, the atmosphere. But I mean, obviously the president and everybody put the blame on the team's reaction on the coach. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that it was the coaches that just failed the players.
Franklin's going to go get him one of these big jobs. I mean, I think Franklin ends up. I think Franklin ends up in Florida.
No. Okay.
No.
No, he might. You're right, Sean. He might. But I mean, you want to talk about Brian Kelly being a bad fit at LSU? James Franklin, bad fit in Gainesville.
I got a scenario for you.
I'd love to see it though, because I hate
Clark Lee. Clark Lee goes to Penn State. James Franklin goes back to Vandy.
Sure.
You could see it. You could see it.
Oh yeah.
Clark Lee's one of the hot names right now for the LSU job. I just saw a list of the top 10. He was in there.
But I mean, think about it this way. Like maybe Vandy's not that bad of a gig. They got a $10 billion endowment, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
they're
huge.
well endowed. That's what she said.
They're well endowed in Nashville.
And they're in Nashville.
Yeah. So I mean, he might not.
Works.
I mean, I think
that works.
He's definitely getting. He's going to get a big ass contract extension. So like him and Kiffin both will. So he might not leave. But you're right. He's not.
We're getting sidetracked here. Back on the coaching carousel.
Hey, you started it.
All right. You're welcome. So anyway, this Penn State team is just spiraling the drain here. Let's talk offensive challenges for Penn State versus this Buckeye defense to get into this game. Buckeyes, like I said, are ranked number 1 nationally in points per game, top 10 in every major category. Matt Patricia's scheme is with the simulated pressures, disguised coverages, your athletic linebackers. This is a nightmare for any quarterback. Forget a young quarterback that's thrust into this role that did not expect it with Grunkmeyer, Though the Buckeyes don't have like a Bosa or a Chase Young edge rusher, they make up for it with confusing the quarterback, right? With linebacker play and the way that the D-line plays. So they use 7 defenders to crowd the line of scrimmage, but only rush 4. The problem is, it's never the 4 you expect, right? You're like, okay, I see 7 dudes up here. It's probably they're bringing 4. It's just it's not the down lineman all the time. But Penn State's offensive struggles are due to the new OC, Andy Kotelnicki. They haven't found any rhythm. He said this in a press conference recently. He said he was asked what's wrong with the offense. He said, quote, "I don't know."
Solid.
Is that a bad sign? Is that wrong to say?
That's I appreciate the brevity.
Honesty, if nothing else. Penn State has failed to pass 70 yards passing in the first half in Big Ten play.
What?
They haven't gotten over 70 yards passing in the first half in Big Ten play. Wide receivers struggle with separation, and that's when they even paid that Trevor, what's his name, Ortega? I don't know. Jesus? Oh,
You said it, man.
Yeah, somebody's going to come to my door in a second. Anyway. So if dudes aren't getting open, that hurts quarterback play, obviously, right? Grunkmeyer had to run a lot against Iowa because he had no open options. That's not his strong suit. The wide receivers, there's a freshman, Kobe Howard, at wide receiver that fans are calling for. They want him to get more snaps, but Terry Smith, the interim coach, has talked about this multiple times this week. He said, we don't have a downfield passing attack. So what they're trying to do this week is go more vertical. Let's go vertical, as the great Al Davis would say. So that means safeties like Caleb Downs are going to creep down into the box, and that sounds like more guys in the box is a busy night for her. Anyway, some mismatches to watch. You got the linebackers, Sonny Styles, Arvell Reese. They can shed blocks like nobody else, fit in the run game. They can spy your quarterback if you want to get a little goofy. And they're going to disguise their coverages. I don't know how Grunkmeyer moves the ball against the Buckeyes. You guys have you seen any Grunkmeyer yet?
I have not.
Anything impressive?
I have not seen them, and you're right. They're terrible at passing the football so far this year. But I feel, the world was placed on Drew when he came into this. This kid's gonna be, and he was a top-ranked kid playing with nothing to lose. He's gonna be out there having fun, and I think he'll come in and play loose. And I would actually expect him to have a little bit more success than Drew against us, because Drew, I think, would shit the bed and throw 3 picks and try and put everything on him. But I don't expect much, because just like what you said. But again, the talent should be there. I just don't know why it doesn't translate for these guys.
Is it possible for Grunkmeyer to be less accurate than Drew Aller? Because that's the problem with Aller. Like, he's bad at throwing the football. I've never seen this guy put together a full game where he's like 65% completion percentage. And maybe he has one. I haven't seen it. Not against us, that's for sure.
I think he had one that was like crazy, like straight completions once. I feel like that's what even got him into the Heisman talk. Yeah. Yeah. Once, but like you said, that was not the norm. It's not like
right.
Sayin, where Sayin's out there throwing 80% every week.
Yeah, he doesn't have the roller coaster of 60% and then 90%.
Right.
Yeah. But so Penn State, they got to run the ball, right?
They're good at that.
Katron Allen, he's the key. If he can get going, they're going to get Penn State in some 3rd and longs. That's a death sentence if Katron can't get going. I did read that left guard J.B. Viganane returns after missing against Iowa. So Penn State should have its best run-blocking O-line group together. We'll see. And then the Penn State O-line versus the Buckeye front. We know the D tackles, K-Mac, Caden Curry. Curry moves around the O-line, D-line, and lines up in different positions. Linebackers, it's hard to block them. They're just too fucking fast. And they're big dudes. So I think the Buckeyes are going to focus on the run, plug gaps, bring maybe some run blitzes and things like that. They've been doing some zone blitzes I'm not a huge fan of, honestly. I've talked about this in the past. I don't like seeing DNs 15 yards downfield, getting a ball whizzed by their ear hole in coverage. So I don't agree with the dropping DNs in coverage all the time. Jeff, what do you think? You got something on this Penn State offense versus the Buckeye defense?
I mean, they can't. There's been some games where you see Keytron Allen and Nick Singleton totaling 15 carries for 90 yards or something like that. You know,
Yeah,
one will go for 48, one will go for 40. So I mean, they better hope to God they can run the ball against us, because obviously, yeah, right. I mean, we're gonna make them pass the ball. I think we're gonna crowd the line. You're probably gonna see a lot more of number 2 down in the box, moving around. We're gonna the confusion that we're gonna put this kid through. They're not gonna be able to practice it. They're not gonna be able to train him for it. Get him ready for what he's gonna see. There's gonna be a lot of, hey, just call the run and hope for the best. O-line, hold every play and hope we don't get called. I mean, I don't know what they can.
Hope is not a strategy, Jeff.
It might be in Happy Valley. It might be Hopi Valley this weekend.
Holding might be a strategy.
I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. I mean, they can't throw the ball against UCLA or Northwestern. They damn sure ain't throwing the ball against us. So I mean, we're gonna, and Patricia's gonna have a field day with him. But our guys got to execute. Our guys got to tackle. Katron Allen he's a pro. He's a pro running back. So, I mean, we got to wrap him up and force these 3rd and 7s, 3rd and 8s, and then we're at our best.
I got to think Kolnicki is going to empty the kitchen sink on offense, right?
Oh yeah.
They're going to do a lot of misdirection,
flea flickers,
plays,
basically the Michigan. You got a brand new quarterback though. You can't get too squirrely here.
Loosey goosey.
Right.
I think they use the Michigan playbook: flea flickers, end arounds, reverse passes. Pull out all the stops. I think that's what happens. Otherwise, I mean, they need a lot of misdirection where guys over pursue, take the bite on the fake, whatever.
A lot of the pre-snap shifts and motions, and probably a bunch of window dressing. They're going to try. They're going to try all that, but does that lead to some false starts or some delay of games, and then they got to scrap it, like Sean said. Like this quarterback, it depends on how much that quarterback can, how well he can.
Is he a true freshman?
I'm not sure.
I think so.
He came in with. Boy, he got screwed so he was committed there, and then they're like, "Oh, by the way, we're going to get Bryce Underwood, so you can just sit there."
What? What do you mean?
Oh no, I mean for Alar, I guess he was the next coming for Alar.
He's 20 freshman? Years old. He is from Olentangy, so he's a Columbus guy. That's why you're going to have a lot of Buckeye fans cheering for him. Right. My fucking Google is coming in Spanish. Every time I do a Google search, it's in fucking Spanish now. What the fuck? I can't read that. Hey, Zeus, where you at? Get your ass in here.
Yeah, tu problema.
Un Dolores. Anyway, how does Penn State stay in the game? Stay out of 3rd and long. Get Katron Allen going early.
Eat clock.
Maybe you can get that freshman wide receiver going. Good luck. Simplify the game for Gronkmeyer. Avoid the mental overload, when Matt Patricia's crazy looks on pressure and coverage. And the O-line's going to have to win their one-on-ones. Good luck. This seems like, again, hope is not a strategy.
If they could, if keeping Ohio State to 3 possessions in the first half type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bleed the clock. Keep it. Yeah,
gamble on defense, probably try to force force turnovers on defense.
Yeah.
Steal
we know Jim Knowles loves himself a zero blitz. We've seen that in action.
I just hope to God. I don't care if their offense scores. I don't care if their offense has a great day and they can run the ball for 200 yards. But if we can score 60 on their defense, that'll make my fucking day. Does
Ryan Day hate Jim Knowles?
Big
time. I don't think he's a fan.
He uninvited him to the celebration after the national championship, the day of.
Well,
because remember Knowles trying to renegotiate the week of the championship.
Yeah. I just want to. I'm more concerned. I want to embarrass their defense more than I want our defense to play solid, I guess.
That's the thing. This Penn State defense is really good against the pass. At least have
Yeah.
that.
But they got
Their
talent.
run D sucks. The run D sucks. 91st. Pass
But our run
defense
offense
5th.
sucks.
Well, there you go.
And
So,
who
strength against strength, I guess.
and who are the passing offenses that they've faced this year? Oregon. Okay, Iowa, right? I mean UCLA scored a shitload of points. Oregon beat them.
Yeah, shitload of points.
So I mean, the rest of the teams they played were no threats on offense or no threats to the air. So
Nova, Nevada, FIU, Northwestern put up 22 the week before the Iowa game.
So I think
you got garbage offenses putting up 20 plus.
Yeah.
So
they're fifth in the nation in pass defense. I wouldn't have thought that at all. I wouldn't have thought but they probably had great performances against Nevada, FIU.
Exactly.
Don't they got some stud safety?
Yeah, AJ Harris from Georgia.
Isn't he a corner? He's a corner.
Oh, corner. Okay, he's a corner. But yeah, he was a transfer portal, 5-star, top.
Buckeye.
They always got dudes back there, it seems.
But yeah. So the Buckeyes need to balance on offense. Expect more perimeter runs, RPOs, screens. Penn State plays a lot of man coverage. Again, the wide receivers are smiling right now for the Buckeyes. If Julian
What's the weather
Sayin
going? Do we know a weather forecast, Joe?
Oh, let me just dial up my weather app.
Wondering if our pass offense would be hindered by bad weather.
Definitely would be. Right now, it looks like I don't know what the fuck is 10 degrees Celsius. That's 50.
Probably
Get back north of the border, Joe.
Sorry.
50 and sunny.
Yeah, and it looks like 11-mile-an-hour winds.
50 and sunny, 11-mile winds. Yeah. No problema.
Yeah, exactly.
Sí, senor.
Hey. Yeah. So I don't see weather being a factor. The Penn State offense versus Buckeye defense we talked about basically. Good luck is all I can do. So
Mike Stokes predictions.
Yeah, let's do it. Buckeyes right now. I got a Buckeye favorite by 20.5, over under of 43.5.
Is that got to be the biggest? That's gonna be the biggest spread ever in a High State Penn State game, right? 20.5.
Yeah. I don't know if Penn State's ever been that big a dog in a long time since like post, Sandusky shit, like Bill O'Brien era. Go ahead, Jeff, when you're ready.
You want score predictions here, Joe, or you want to do microscopes?
Score
predictions. You said 43.5 is the total?
Yep.
I think the Buckeyes score 46. Penn State, 6.
Ooh. All right. A couple field goals in there. All right. Sean, what do you got?
See, that's there's never been a spread that big because it's a sucker's bet. Don't fall for it, boys. This one you got the hometown kid coming home to play quarterback for a team that took Aaron Noland over him. So he's going to be a little bit fired up. He's really got nothing to lose coming there. Hometown
Except
kid. You got Knowles that, for all the weird stuff about Knowles, of any coach out there, he probably knows more about the Buckeyes than anybody right now.
True.
For opposing coaches. And I feel it will be a little bit closer than that. I got the under 27-10 Buckeyes.
All right. Giving a lot of credit.
Under no cover.
Under no cover.
Exactly.
Okay.
Under the covers. Well, I think the Buckeyes do cover this one. I don't care where Jim Knowles was before. He can't help this offense. He can't help his defense. They want to stop the run or the pass. Doesn't matter. We'll go the other route. I think we can get it going. use the pass to set up the run. I think we roll 37-6. The Jim Knowles factor, I think he probably is checked out too. He's probably sending his resume around the country. I don't think he'll be back there. I don't care who the head coach is.
Well, because the head coach coming in can just say, "I want you to bring him
goods." I think
exactly. We've seen it. It took him 3 years to turn the Ohio State defense into the best in the country. Yeah, he did it. That's great. You did it. What about the first 2 years?
And I don't think, and recruiting wise, I don't think he had much to do about any of that.
No, not his strength or his interest.
And it's just gained so much steam, the NIL and the recruiting,
it's become more and more obvious he's not interested.
Yeah.
So
he thinks his scheme
maybe he gets that Oklahoma State job, right? He could go back out there, head coach. Anyway,
but
Buckeyes cover, roll. I guess take the under. But anyway, let's go to microscopes on Jeff, offense.
Jeez, where do we want to go here? I'll go off the board. I'll go to the tight ends. I'll go Max Clare. I want to see Bo. I want to see Bo Jackson thrive on more, but I've had him the last couple of weeks, so I'll go off the board. You guys can take your receivers because we know they're going to blow up. So I'll go Max Clare.
All right.
On offense, defense.
We'll come back to you.
We're not
Sean.
Okay.
Sean, you got offense?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with. I'm still waiting. I'm gonna hold tight first, Jeff. I'm gonna stay in the running back room. I'm going with the Isaiah West. Are you going to cement yourself as Penn State can't stop the run? That's their weakness. We haven't ran the ball well. This needs to be, 150 plus yard rushing at least among the team. I'm hoping for closer to 200. These guys average giving up 158. By the way.
Yeah, this is on the O-line. This is a chance to get right.
That's the real microscope. Our O-line's got to get this figured out and get moving, get running the ball. I mean, if they're giving up on average 150, we got to go above the average.
Yeah,
I just want to see
exactly
Bo
where I'm
Jackson
going.
or Peoples or West fucking go off and show me something spectacular because they
all
look
big. Yeah,
that's exactly where I'm going. I got one position, not a player. I have a position under my microscope. Right guard.
Right guard. Yep, I knew it.
And I don't mean the deodorant spray. Padilla or Tegra? Can we pick a lane here? Tegra clearly, I went through this today on the Blitz. The grades for Tegra are pathetic on the season. Both run blocking and pass blocking. He's under 60 on both. That's 60%, guys. Tegra has given up the most pressures. Daniels has. Tegra's right behind him with a couple less. That right side of the O-line is a huge concern. They haven't benched Daniels yet. They have benched Tegra multiple times. So let's figure something out that's a positive direction on that right guard position. I think Padilla is the answer.
I think we see Padilla get more. He's been getting more playing time, more and more.
Slightly.
I think. Yeah. But coming off the bye week, I'm sure that there's been a lot of that being worked out. So
I'd sample size, 79 snaps for Padilla, 80 run block, 73 pass block. Crushes Tegra at 59 and 58. So that's where we're at. All right, let's circle back around to Jeff on defense.
I'm going to go Jermaine Matthews. Just
number 7.
They're one receiving option, really, their main option. He's gonna have to deal, and if it's not him, it's gonna be IGB. Jermaine Matthews, I love the dude as a player, so I just want to see him maybe like a Chris Gamble type game, pick, return for touchdown type.
It does depend on if Lorenzo Styles is back. I assume Styles will be back, so that means everybody is back to their normal positions. They won't have to move Jermaine to the slot. So, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right, John, what do you got on defense?
Kind of in the same vein, I am going IGB.
Yep.
All right.
These guys don't pass well. So what I'm expecting is for the corners, whether that's Matthews and IGB or whoever's over there, I think they're going to be a lot of man-to-man, and you're going to have your safeties there to support the run. Penn State can run. So what I need from you, Igbinosun, is the few times they do pass it down there to keep your hands off him and not give them easy first downs. That's the only way I feel Penn State stays in this game, is if there's some crucial plays down the field that involve penalties.
Yeah, chuck it deep and hope we hold them.
All right.
They would need at least two. They need at least two IGB pass interferences in third and long for them to have a chance in this game.
I'm with you.
Exactly.
I'm with you.
Hey. So because Penn State's probably going to run the ball well, I'm going to go Arvell. I think he is your he negates everything. Doesn't matter. If you can block the front four, great. Arvell's going to come and clean up. And don't forget about Sonny Styles, too. But I think Arvell has a huge tackle game. This is a high-volume game for Arvell. He doesn't need to spy a quarterback here. He's probably spying Katron Allen, if anybody. So look for a huge tackle game. Might lead the team with 6, 8, 10 tackles, whatever. Arvell.
And
shocker.
a sack.
Yeah, shocker, Arvell is an important piece to the Buckeye defense. Things have changed so much. Anyway, that's what we got. Let's get to a few comments from Stephen Cherry. As always, we love Stephen. Hey, Joe, Jeff, Sean, go Bucks. Same to you, Stephen. Thank you for reposting the show on X. Stephen says, SEC Sunshine Pumpers are working overtime to continue the narrative of how difficult it is to win in the SEC. Yeah, what's new? What's new? I would love to watch Paul Feinbaum. That's my favorite. No, I would not.
On that note, looking at the rankings, why is it that Tennessee is sitting there? So you got Notre Dame's the highest ranked 2-loss team at 12, of course, because they're Notre Dame, and they haven't beat anybody.
Good losses to A&M and Miami.
But then you get Tennessee is at 14. They're the next highest ranked 2-loss team. Why is Tennessee there? They haven't played anybody. The two teams they played, they lost to, and everybody else they beat. I don't understand what puts them above Oklahoma, Missouri, Texas, and the rest.
It's the way the SEC works, man. They propping up. Tennessee was the team that they brought up when first time I'd ever heard top 15 matchup when it was Tennessee Georgia. Nobody ever says, you say top 25, you say top 5, maybe top 10, but top 15 because Tennessee got to 15. So they just they moving the goalpost. So wherever.
Anyway, moving on. Just thought I'd mention that.
Yeah. Steve Cherry says Ohio State 48-10 over Penn State. I'm down with that. I have no problems. Stephen Cherry says Sharon Moore and Michigan no longer appealing the cheating decisions per ESPN. I'm so shocked. Not. Great not joke. Fucking cheaters, yes. Great use of a not joke, Stephen. But,
not.
Yeah, I read that too. Not surprised either. A couple left here. Stephen Cherry mixing in some baseball here says Ohtani just hit another home run. Dude is an alien.
Yeah. It's 2-0 Dodgers. Oh, no, 3-2. Shit. 3-2 Toronto.
3-2.
Oh, my God.
Toronto. Uh-oh. Yeah. I guess the thing to do in Mexico is take your shirt off whenever you feel good. Anyway, Stephen Cherry finishes up. Remember when Knowles left Oklahoma State? Gundy basically said he was given no notice when he left and didn't sound too fond of chain coffee drinker. Okay, well, yeah, Knowles does have a clear coffee addiction, but Gundy did piss and moan just to try and get more money for his program. Didn't work, obviously. Sorry, not sorry. I still think Knowles could go back there and be head coach tomorrow. Just my opinion.
He's home, though. He's a Philly guy.
For how long? That's the problem. If he gets fired,
crazy.
where do you go?
The
Temple?
new reality of college football, 5 weeks ago, James Franklin, like I said, they're going to build a statue of this guy. He wins that Oregon game and goes on playoffs again. And now, boom, you're not even getting on the flight back from L.A.
Exactly.
This new football is no bullshit. I mean, this is results now.
Because you can turn the season or team around now, like Signetti in Indiana. He immediately, it was a quick turnaround. It wasn't I need to get my guys in here, give me 4 years. No, you don't need it.
Google that shit.
You need donors. That's all you need. You don't need 4 years. You don't need your recruits. You need donors.
Yep, cash money.
Cream.
Exactly.
Cash rules everything around. Yeah.
$1 bill, y'all.
Yeah. All right, I got nothing else, folks. We appreciate everybody's comments. Drop your score predictions in here, and we'll see you back in the States next time.
Don't drink the water, Joe.
Too late. Anyway, Jeff and Sean, appreciate you.
Yeah, bro.
Yes, sir.
Talk to you later.
Peace.